What's up, guys? Are you looking for a full tinted roof for your Talon X or Talon X 1004? Well, SuperATV's got you covered, and today we're going to show you everything you need to do to get this baby installed. So let's get right to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and remove all the contents from your packaging from SuperATV. Once you've done that, take your two portions of the roof, lay them up on the cage, make sure that they fit. Once we've confirmed that we fit, which we've already done, we're going to grab our foam seal out of the kit and we're going to apply it just like this. You'll apply the foam across the front. If you have a mirror installed, you may have to cut the foam in order for the clamp to not be covered. You'll run it down the sides, on both sides, across the center cage bar, and then across the rear cage bar. So the next thing we're going to do is grab our rear bracket, which will look just like this. It'll have a nice sharp bend on it, kind of like a Z, as well as our M8 by 16 Allen, which will be the shorter of the two different kinds of Allens in the kit. And if you have a rear windshield installed, you'll just want to take your rear windshield bracket here, remove the hardware out of it, so that way your bracket will line up with the factory hole in the cage. If you don't have a rear windshield, you don't have to worry about this step. You would just take your hardware, slide it through the bracket on the cage here, into the bracket, thread it in, and tighten it up. We're gonna get our hardware all the way through here. Just a little bit tight, so we kind of threaded it through just a little bit here with our wrench. Just running an Allen wrench here. You can use a socket if you'd like. Then we'll just get our bracketry lined up, just like so. We'll just go ahead and thread our hardware right into the bracket. Alright, so we have it installed. We left it just a little bit loose here. That way we could rotate it if we needed to. It's about half a turn from being tight. Next, we're gonna grab our middle bracket. It'll be the shortest and kind of the flattest bracket that we'll have. We'll just do it the same way. Get it lined up, start our hardware in, and we'll just go ahead and run it right up. And this one we'll kind of leave it a little bit loose as well. That way we can rotate it around if we need to. So right there, we can still kind of wiggle it around a little bit if need be. And next we'll do the front here. It'll be the same process. Just take our hardware, get it lined up. Again, leave it just a little loose so we can move it around if need be. So you guys should have already confirmed that your roof fits your machine before starting the installation. So obviously we have as well. We're gonna go ahead and remove both sides of protective film off of our roof panels here. Once we get one removed, we'll just kind of sit it out of the way just for a second. Then we're just gonna remove the protective film off of this piece as well. Next step, we're going to take our seal and we're going to apply it to the rear portion of the roof, which will look like this. It'll have the bend on the back facing upward, and then on the sides, it'll coordinate with the front with the side bends. So then we'll just take this seal and we'll apply it all the way across. And you want to make sure that you cover the bolt holes, and we'll just pop our hardware right through the bolt holes. That way we know that we're going to get a really good, nice seal. That way it doesn't leak or anything like that. Then once you get right here, you can just cut off your excess. Take a razor knife. Then we'll just grab our M6 hardware. Come from the top side here. And we'll just grab our M6 hardware and pop it through each one of our holes. So there's one. So as you can see here, we have our two portions of our roof kind of butted up together here. We have the front portion on top of the rear, and then our seal smashed in between them. We're gonna take our small Allen-headed hardware with the sealing washer on the head of the Allen-headed screw. Once we pop the screw through, we're gonna take another sealing washer, slide it onto the threads, and then install our nylock nut. So we'll get it through, then take our sealing washer, making sure that the rubber portion is up against the lower portion of the roof here. And once we have it all the way up on there, we'll go ahead and thread our nut. Then we'll just repeat the same steps for the rest of the 9 holes on the roof. So once you have the hardware started to couple your 2 portions of the roof together, just go ahead, fully tighten them. Once you've done that, we're gonna go ahead and grab the 4 grommets in the kit. And as you can see here on the front portion of the roof, you'll have a circular hole as well as the rear portion, and then exactly on the opposite side. You'll just wanna take these grommets, get them installed to each of the 4 holes. Just kind of get it all tucked in to the hole, all the rubber. Go on the bottom side and kind of pick it through a little bit. Come right here, do the same thing. So once we have all our hardware and our roofs and they're coupled together as well as the grommets, we're gonna get it slid up onto the cage in position. So next we're gonna grab our M8 hardware, the longer M8 Allen-headed hardware I should say, a rubber washer and 2 M8 flat washers. We'll take the rubber washer and we're gonna slide it right here onto the frame where the threaded hole is. So we'll just sit it right there over the hole. And then we'll take a flat washer, lay it right on top of the rubber washer so they both line up with the threaded hole in the frame. And then we'll take our M8 hardware, install the flat washer to it, slide it through our grommet, get it lined up with the hole in the frame, and then we're just gonna get it started. All right, so that's started, and we're just gonna go to the opposite side, do the same exact thing. So next we're gonna take our M8 hardware, the longer of the 2, the 25, and then 2 M8 flat washers. 1 M8 flat washer is gonna be up against the head of the bolt. The other one's gonna be right here on the frame, kind of like we did in the front, except we will not be installing a rubber washer. Once we have it lined up, we're just gonna get it started, just like that. Once it's good and started, we'll head over to the opposite side in the same position and do the same exact thing. Then up here for the front, we're gonna use our M8 by 25 Allen, so longer Allen, and then our M8 sealing washer, making sure that the rubber portion is going down towards the roof. We'll just get this threaded right in, get it good and started. Just like that. And it'll be the same hardware on the opposite side. And then right here in the center, we're gonna use our short Allen-headed hardware. Just wanna make sure that we get our bracket lined up. Again, this is why I said earlier to make sure that we leave all our hardware loose. That way we can get everything lined up correctly. And then right here for our center bracket, we're gonna use our short Allen-headed hardware. Sometimes you have to kind of make a little bit of adjustment there with your bracket just to get it lined up. Once you have it lined up, just go ahead and run your hardware in. Just like that. Make sure also you have your sealing washer on. And then for the rearmost one, it'll be the same exact hardware that we used here as well as here. Then once we have this one started, we'll just go through and fully tighten all of the hardware that we've installed completely. And there you have it, guys. That's all there is to it to install SuperATV's full tinted roof on this Talon X 1004. For more information on this roof or any of SuperATV's great products, be sure to give us a call or check us out online. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.